Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. And today we're going to be starting a tutorial series for one of my favorite planes for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's the Fly the MADDOG X MD-82 by Leonardo. Absolutely fantastic aircraft. It is a study level airliner and it's really good. It's one of my favorite aircrafts. So here we have it. This is the cockpit, and this will be the first video. I'm gonna break this down in multiple videos. This way it's gonna be a little bit easier for you to navigate. So this is the cockpit. I'm gonna hide the yoke. And first video, I'm gonna go over the FMC and how you can basically set the FMC up. The second video, I'm gonna go over how you can start the aircraft, and I'm gonna do a takeoff. I'm gonna show you how you can safely take off. Okay, so it should be very straightforward. I am gonna try and cover everything I can, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and it also lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. So I just held this home button, and this is how you turn your tablet. So setup, let's control the brightness just a tiny bit. So here you have your tablet. What are we gonna use this for? We're gonna connect the GPU, which is the ground power unit. That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna board any passengers or anything. Up here, you have your battery, so click once, left click twice. As you can see, it is working, and external power.
Autopilot.
I'm gonna power the galley as well. Easy enough, easy enough. I'm gonna arm the emergency lights, just so I don't forget. This is the pilot door, the cockpit door. So it's right here. And we just locked the door. You can leave this open, you can leave this all closed. It's really up to you. All we care about is the FMC and the flight plan. Okay, so load in your flight plan. You have a few options. Here on the tablet, there's a lot you can do. And I'm going to show you how you can import your flight plan and how you can do your flight plan. So I just want to show weight and balance. You can import a flight plan, import OFP, and the departure will be Kilo Delta Tango Whiskey, with an arrival to Kilo Charlie Lima Tango. There we go. We just loaded up a file we have, and we got this file from SimBrief. We can do the same thing on the EF electronic flight thingy. So it's here already. So as you can see, KDTW to KCLT, MD-82. Yeah, it's looking pretty much as it should. And you get this file from SimBrief, which is a website I highly recommend. So this is it. So you're gonna need the SimBrief. You're gonna go on new flight, departure. You're gonna select the airport you're departing from, arrival, where you're going to. You can select an aircraft, an airframe, so it matches the one you're gonna have. So yeah, this is the flight plan from KDTW to KCLT, and it gave us the cruise level of 340, airtime 138, block fuel. It does calculate your fuel for you, which is very nice. And this is what we want. This is the route we're gonna take, and there are two ways we can have this loaded into the FMC. We can manually put this in, or we can load this in. And how do we load this in? If you scroll all the way down, so this is what we have on the EFB. This is our route from Detroit all the way down here. Keep scrolling down. Here you can download the files. So this is the Leonardo MD-82. So we're going to look for Leonardo MD-80. So we have this one and the A cars. You're going to download both of your flight plans. And after you download it, this is where you're going to place this. So this is where your plane is inside the Microsoft Flight Simulator. A folder, packages, community. If you have ever installed any aircrafts, any sceneries, anything, this is where everything goes. You're going to find your Fly the MADDOG folder, which is this one. You're going to go inside routes. So you have this, routes, and this is where you're going to place both files. Both of them, drop them here. That's all you have to do. And then when you're going to load them into the FMC, you're going to write this name. So this is what it should be, LIRF LDSP on co-route. And I'm going to show how you can do this. Here we have the FMC. Let's use the quick view. So how do you set the FMC? Position. I'm going to use the one we have right now. It copied. You click here, it's going to copy here, and we're going to set. There we go. You can reference the airport if you want, so I usually don't. I usually just use this, but you can if you want. You can also fill in the gate you have. I don't. I usually just use this. So route, here we have our route from KDTW, and we're going to be going to KCLT, Kilo, Charlie, Lima, Tango. Very straightforward. So we can do this manually, or we can load the flight plan on co-route. If we wished to do co-route, we would do KDTW, KCLT, and we would drop it here. We don't want to do that. Real quick, so we can get accurate numbers here, I'm going to start loading in the fuel, just so I can get accurate numbers for this. So fuel requested, it's going to fill our fuel on board. Yeah, it started. Just so I can get accurate numbers here. I'm going to do this manually first. And no. Sorry about that. So looking back at the route on SimBrief, we had Calvin Chu. And I'm going to explain what this means. So this is the route you want to take a look at. You can write this down if you want. So Calvin Chu is likely our SID, which is Standard Instrument Departure. This is likely the transition. Direct, DCT stands for direct. FLM. I'm not going to use the correct alphabet. I'm going to spell this out just in case you guys are not familiar. So FLM. And then you have J43, VXV. And this last one is likely our star. So this is how we're going to look at things. We're going to be departing runway 04 right. 04 right. I'm going to go on departure and arrival. Departure. We have runway 04 selected. And Calvin Chu. So if you look back, Calvin Chu, we have Calvin Chu right here. I know I'm going slow. I'm going to try and go slowly about this. Okay, transition stays exactly as we see in the flight plan. So transition stays. So Calvin Chu, transition stays. Going back to route. Runway 04, Calvin Chu stays. Direct. There is a direct right after stays, so DCT. You don't have to copy DCT. DCT means direct. So we're just going to fill in FLM on the right side. So FLM. I'm not going to move over the route here any longer. If you want, you can pause the video and copy it over. So FLM. direct. So this is what DCT stands for, direct. Next page. We have J43, so J43 is via to VXV. Okay, VXV. Perfect. And I'm gonna fill in the approach since we have it. KCLT arrival. It's gonna be Lin 3. Do we have Lin 3? We have Lin 3, just like the route. Just so I can show Lin 3, Lin 3. So this is a star, Lin 3. It's gonna be runway 18 center. Let's find runway 18 center. ILS 18 center. Okay, with a star, Lin 3. Perfect. Transition VXV. Yeah. Transition VXV. Route. Let's see what it looks like. It should look correct. If it doesn't, yeah. So J43 VXV, VXV Lin 3 CLT, and ILS 18 center. Runway 18 center, and then there's a missed approach. So if you miss an approach, you're gonna go straight for this, and it's likely a Holden area. What we can do now, before we activate, we can go on lags. We have this on lags. And we can check here, we have our map. We can go on, I'm gonna zoom in so you can see. So plan, you go all the way to plan. So it's on map, it's on plan. Oh yeah. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. We have this step, and this is how we're gonna move our position here so we can check the flight plan. So as you can see, we're moving. This is the flight plan we're gonna be taking. Calvin. It's very, very easy. Stays, FLM. VXV. It kind of looks a little bit weird here, so what it looks like we're going to be doing is we're going to be flying over the airport, and it looks like we're going to be taking a left turn and going to this side for Ozaji and Silo. So Lin CLT Ozaji, okay. This might be the correct procedure. This might be. Can we remove this? And can we remove the discontinuity? Just so we have a smooth... Okay, from Lin to Ozaji. Did we fix this? Step. Yes, we're gonna go straight for this one, and then we're gonna come in straight in for runway 18 center, 18C. So this is how you do this manually. It's very easy once you kind of know what you should be doing. Let me check the fuel real quick. 42, very close. 1050, very close. Yeah, it looks like we have fueled ourselves. Okay, so back here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate the flight plan, and I'm gonna execute. Very straightforward. Now we're gonna fill in the performance. That's why I decided to move back a little bit so we could get this accurately. So SimRief gave us the cruise altitude. So this is cruise altitude, flight level 340. Okay, let's move to the second monitor. 340 cruise altitude. The MD-80 by Leonardo, it's got a very nice thing, which is this. You can click here, it's going to give you your V1, rotate V2. It gives you the wind, it gives you the QNH, outside air temperature. Even though we do have the outside air temperature here, yes, up here, So if you look up here, there's the outside air temperature. But yeah, we have this right here. It's so easy, so nice. Okay, so fuel scheduled. Total fuel is 9.4. 9.4. As you can see, there's a forward slash. In most situations, you want to do /forward n, which is normal. And what this does is, right here we have left tank, center tank, right tank. By using the n, we're gonna start to burn fuel from the center tank. And that's what we want. So fuel is, and manual, there we go. Gross weight, we have it right here, 64.3. 64.3. And it filled in the rest for us. Reserves, we have none. We're gonna be landing with enough fuel for this. Max altitude, 326. As you can see, this aircraft is very smart. It knows we're not gonna be able to fly at 340 from the get-go. So let's clear this warning. Reserves, we're not gonna have any. We're gonna land with plenty of fuel. We should have enough fuel to reach the destination and then cancel the landing and go to an alternate. Okay, so 0. SimBrief is very, very smart about this. It can give you a very nice flight profile, accurate fuel. I really like it. So wind 350 /14. Outside air temperature is 11. So O80 outside air temperature. Transition altitude is 18,000. Takeoff. V1, we have it right here, so zooming in. Dry. Is the runway dry? Yes. Is it wet? Wet means it's raining. It's very self-explanatory. So yeah, dry. Okay, no. So if you hover over your mouse here and you move your scroll wheel, it's gonna change the takeoff weight. So yeah, we're gonna use this. So that was an accident, but you can do this. So 137, 140, and V2 of 149. Perfect. And this is how you fill in your FMC manually. So you can go back index, and everything is filled. So if you go lags, you have everything here. Next page, and you can just fly. And there's also a profile if you want to go on VNav. It's going to follow the speeds. You're going to select the altitudes. 4,000 above, flight level 245. If it's a B, it's below. If it's an A, it's above. $3,000 above. It's very, very straightforward. Going back to route, we have route 2. And we can use this if we're going to do like 2 legs. Let's say we're going to land at KCLT and we're going to come back to KDTW. We can just open this and we can fill in the route for the way back. This way we don't have to do this again. We can just do the performance later. So this one, I'm going to leave it empty up here, and up here I'm just going to use the co-route. So remember, we downloaded the flight plan from SimBrief, and it's KDTW, so KDTW, KCLT, this is the name of the file. And it's very easy to remember, it's always the name of the ICAO, so KDTW, KCLT. I always write the airports down. I have a very frequent tendency to forget the airports. So I always write them down. So co-route, bam. it filled in everything for us except the runway. So direct to stays, FLM, via. All we have to do now is fill in the performance. Everything else, it did it for us. So let's do departure. Route 2, as you can see, we have route 1 and route 2. So again, 04 right. Out of Kelvin. Transition stays. Route 2. So runway 04 right, Kelvin 2 stays, direct to FLM. Next page, via J43 VXV. Now we can do the arrival at KCLT. Arrival, 18 center. Next page, LAN 3. Transition VXV. Route. So Kelvin to stays to FLM. You should always make sure this looks right, even though you might have just looked at it. Just do it. It's very quick. J43 VXV LAN 3 to CLT and ILS 18C. Okay, missed approach. Then let's take a look on lags, step, and now we can check this one. I'm gonna guess it has the same thing like the other one, where it's gonna have us fly over the runway. I kind of want to do a straight in, so let's do step. As you can see, it's changing here. This way you can look for discontinuities, you can look for something that doesn't look quite right. VXV, to Clary, to Jellit, Lin, and... Okay, so this one looks like it loaded in accurately, so I might have made a tiny mistake on the first route, but we fixed it. It looks perfectly fine here. And moving back, we should have a route. We can activate and then execute, but we have already done that. We have already done this with route number 1. So if you want to check the performance, it would be the exact same as the first one. So I'm not gonna do it. I just did it. There's no reason to do it a second time. So this is how you set the FMC. After the FMC, you should start setting the autopilot stuff. So we have lags, and kind of looks like the light changed inside the cockpit. Was it the weather? No. Okay. 2,500 above, 6,000 below, 7,000 below. So if we were going to follow this, I would do 6,000 on the altitude. So we would arm 6. Right here we should have the flight director, both of them coming on. So here we have this 6,000 is showing right here. Speed, I would do just a little bit over V2, not too high. So V2 is 149. Yeah, I'll do like 170, 180, and this is looking pretty good. Now you can prepare for pushback and engine start. And this will be on the second video. If you catch this before the second video comes up, make sure to subscribe. It's going to be coming up very, very shortly. And I'm going to go over some of the tests. I'm not going to test everything. I'm just going to show you how you can reliably turn the engines on and fly this. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and it also lets me know you guys enjoy the content. And wherever you are, I hope you stay safe, fly safe. Bye bye. And look at this gorgeous livery. I really like this. It's a really nice livery. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Bye bye.